What's going on, everyone? Welcome to q.v.o Games. My name is Juan. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. This video is going to be about the games that are going to be leaving the collection in August of 2022. We do have a couple of games, and I don't think it's a lot of games, actually. No, it's definitely not a lot of games. I feel like there's a longer list now that there's games I just have played, or I'm like starting to play more, and I'm like, yeah, these games will not be for me, or this will never get to the table, or anything around the sorts. And I'm going to go over them, of course, to update you on what's going on in the collection of the games that we have here. Collection of games that I still play. Caveat, different video. We'll go over that a different time. So there's going to be a couple of games, and I'm going to go over them and explain to you why I'm getting rid of them. Doesn't mean they're really bad games, or they're any. They're not really bad games. Just maybe games that I outgrew, or I got better games, or just games I just don't play anymore because of one reason or another. It can be any kind of thing that just happened. So let's get the video going. Let's start off with these videos. It should be a shortish video, but let's get this going. Yeah, so first game is going to be Burglar Bros. Burglar Bros is honestly a really cool game, especially even the packaging alone. Check, it just looks like there's a helipad up top. Looks like I believe it's a bank they're robbing. I believe it's a bank. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but it's a really, really cool game. The game itself is going to be a game where you are basically playing as a burglar, and you are going in to do a heist. You're a heistman, I think they call you. A heistman or a heistwoman. You're trying to go in to rob a specific item or steal a specific item from the store. And the way you do that essentially is by having your 3-story building, and you're going through in every building and trying to you're trying to find the safe. Usually the safe is on the 3rd floor, of course, but getting there you have to find the stairs, avoid being caught by the security guards. The moment you're caught 3 times, you lose the game. And it's a cooperative game from 1 to 4 players. A lot of variability as well. Ooh, excuse me. A lot of variability as well, and there's going to be a variability with the characters itself. There's a lot of different characters that you can play as, and they each are asymmetrical. They have different abilities. The reason why I'm getting rid of it, though, even though I like it so much, is because I have Burglar Bros 2, which is actually right here. Burglar Bros 2 does everything Burglar Bros 1 does, but better. It comes with a really nice, also comes with like a really nice case here. I'm not gonna show the case right now, the box right now, because we wanna just continue the video on and not go to sidetrack about it and talk about something else. But Burglar Bros 1 is a good game. Burglar Bros 2 does everything Burglar Bros 1 does, but better. It's more streamlined, there's more characters, there's also even a campaign to go with it. So the game is a good game, but when you own 2, there's really no point to own 1 anymore, which is why I need to get rid of it and put it to a different home. I mean, the game's not going to get played anymore because I have 2. I'd just rather play 2 and play through the campaign there than play 1 again. However, has nothing to do about the game. The game's honestly still a really good game. Burglar Bros 1 is still a really good game. Fire Games who have done themselves with the series of games. Burglar Bros 2 is good. I'm excited to play the campaign and play through it, and that's why Burglar Bros 1 is unfortunately leaving the collection now. So, coming up next, the next game is actually a game I really enjoyed. It's just getting it to the table is dang near impossible. We just can't get it to the table, and when we do, it's awfully difficult. We just can't even beat a regular scenario. So, and that game is going to be Pandemic Legacy Season 1. So, I actually really enjoyed Pandemic. It was honestly a lot of fun. And I think I like the game more with a campaign format, more than just playing it on its own, right? Like just playing a campaign game on, like just kind of like, playing Pandemic on its own without a campaign didn't really intrigue me. But the fact that you can add a campaign to it was really, really cool. And there's different, of course, there's like, I think 10 sessions where you play. And of course, it's a legacy game, so the game can only be played once. And you can play it after as a normal Pandemic game. The game is honestly really, really cool. I thought it was a great game, super fun. The thing is, we played it at least 10 different times without playing a scenario, by the way. We're just trying to practice. Okay, let's just practice up and see how this goes, get the hang of it. And we never got past, we never beat it. We always lost. We won once, and that was when we took out an epidemic card. But from my understanding, in the rulebook, there isn't a way to change the difficulty. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the original Pandemic, you take out an epidemic card, and that changed difficulty. I never saw that rule in this rulebook. I can be completely wrong and missed it, and I'm just informing you. And if I am wrong, definitely let me know. I really want to know if I'm wrong. But I never got to fully play the campaign because of the difficulty level. And my group just didn't want to play it. No one wants to play it, for that matter. Like, no one at all wants to get it to the table and play it and try it out. I guess the game might have just lost its charm after being around for so long, and everyone I know has played it and doesn't want to play it again. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. My copy is still brand new. Nothing's been ripped up. The legacy portion is still there. I just didn't get to play it or bring it to the table to play through the scenarios. Which really, I mean, it really is a bummer because I thought the game was awesome. I just have no one to play it with. So, Pandemic Legacy Season 1, leaving the collection, not because it's a bad game, but because it doesn't get to the table because no one wants to play it, typically from the difficulty. Really, really sad, but still, great game. Super, super good game. Can't get over that. And this next one, I definitely did have a specific type of issue with. And two things are leaving, actually. So it's going to be Zombicide, Black Plague, and Wolfsburg, the expansion. So, Black Plague and Wolfsburg. This might have a glare, so I gotta be really careful. We're gonna put that down here, just like this for now. Actually, we can do this. That way you can see both. So, this game. The best Zombicide, quote unquote, out, right? That's what everyone says. It's the best Zombicide. I am a fan of Zombie Apocalypse. I mean, the video games alone, I play the video games all the time. I play zombie video games, World War Z, Left 4 Dead. I love everything. So, Zombicide, I kind of questioned it. I was a little skeptical when I first picked it up. And I heard a lot of reviews and stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, apparently, Black Plague is the best one. So, I'm going to pick it up and play it. So, I did play it. And I'm not saying I didn't really have fun, but the system is very similar to Massive Darkness, I feel. Like, they're very similar games, in my personal opinion. I feel like they're really similar games. And I would rather play Massive Darkness over Black Plague. I mean, I played one scenario, Black Plague, and I thought it was just cool, but it just didn't really teach me anything. Not teach me anything. It didn't really... What's the word I'm looking for here? It didn't really ignite anything in me, right? I didn't feel like, wow, what a fun game. I want to play again. Compared to playing Massive Darkness, even the first one, right? Not even talking about Massive Darkness 2. Massive Darkness 1 was what I'm comparing to because I played 2, but at the time when I played this, I only played 1. And I played 1, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with Massive Darkness 1. The game plays similarly to me, in my opinion, to Zombicide Black Plague. Mobs of monsters, you attack the mob, you kill one mob of monsters, and you kill one of the mobs in the monsters, right? One of the mobs in the mob of monsters. Hopefully I said that right. And, of course, I bought the expansion along with it because I heard it's really hard to find, and the misprints, not the misprints. It's hard to find because it doesn't get printed often. So I picked up the expansion right away when I saw both of them. And I did not feel compelled to open up Wolfsburg when Black Plague didn't really do anything for me. So both of the games are, unfortunately, leaving the collection. Not because, like I said, I don't think they're bad games. I just think they might be a little bit past their time. So, the game is still good, but the system alone has been re-implemented many times with different games, and I think that's kind of what it is for me. I just feel like I'd rather play something else. And that's, I think, okay. I think that's perfectly fine, honestly, because I feel like the game might have just washed away. Also, a big one here, I almost forgot to say this, and this is actually the biggest reason too. Marvel Zombicide. So, Marvel Zombicide is coming in. Marvel Zombies? I think it's called Marvel Zombies. Is coming in within the next month and a half, 2 months. I mean, any time of the week, I don't see a purpose of having... I've seen people who have literally every Zombicide. Nothing wrong with that because they probably love the series a lot, and that's good. I don't see a reason or a purpose to own 8 different Zombicides, right? Like, I don't see that. And Marvel Zombies coming in with all the content it has, I would rather play that and bring that to the table and play all that content than bring out Zombicide, Black Plague. Not because, like I said, not because it's bad. It's just I think it's just outdated. It's outliving its life cycle, right? It's gone at this point for me. It's completely gone for that. So unfortunately, these 2 games are leaving the collection. Well, the game and the expansion, Black Plague and Wolfsburg, are leaving the collection due to new games coming in that are going to be replacing these games for me. I would very much rather play those than this one, and and I feel like that's okay. That's definitely okay. So. Unfortunately, I did buy that game. I did buy Wolfsburg and didn't even open it. It's still on wrap. That's fine, though, because I think the game pretty much holds its value. It's honestly still a game that people are still looking for and people are still trying to get. The game is practically brand new. I played it once, actually, and I was like, yeah, I'd rather play Massive Darkness. Or even Zombicide's coming in soon. I'd rather play that as my zombie game. Also, I heard that even the new ones, like Night of the Living Dead, I actually played that, Night of the Living Dead. I played Night of the Living Dead, and I played a different one as well. I forgot the other one's name. And Night of the Living Dead was actually a lot of fun. I had more fun playing that one than I did with this one. And supposedly, from what I hear, playing Zombicide Black Flag, or Zombicide in general at like a lower player count is a lot of fun. I played Night of the Living Dead at 5 players, and I had a ton of fun with it. So, it's hard to say, maybe it was a player count, I highly doubt it, but Zombicide Black Flag is leaving the collection officially, and it's going to be posted up to be sold out to somebody. So that was it, actually. These are the games that are leaving the collection. It's not that many at the moment. I definitely want to plan to get rid of more, not because I'm tired of board gaming anyway, just like the sense of I do have a lot of games. I mean, we all have massive games, and I'm pretty sure you who are watching, you may have a lot of games as well. And not all of them come to the table. I mean, realistically, how many times can you play a game before a new one comes out, or you want to play the new one? What's new? What's hot? And the life of the board game content creator as well. I mean, that life of that living that lifestyle, you always have to be playing what's new and what's hot to stay relevant. And that's honestly, I'm very fortunate and lucky. It's very lucky for me to be able to have that opportunity to be able to play so many games. I play board games at least 2 to 3 times a week, and that's not even just solo. That's like with people and groups and stuff. So, and sometimes some games for me end up, I have to play what's new and what's hot to kind of update you guys and let you know what's new and what's going on. So some games outlive their life cycle with me. So this is going to be not the last games in the collection video. Definitely there's going to be more. And just as I play more games and realize, yeah, this is for me, this is not for me, I like doing that way. I usually don't like just taking someone's word for granted. I just, like a review, right? You watch a review and you're like, hey, they tell you, hey, the game's good, the game's this, that. I usually like trying the game at least once on my own. And I have met more friends that also collect board games, so that's given me the freedom to do that stuff and play more games in their collections. Before, I used to be the one and the only one who would collect board games, or like had board games. So to be able to play them, I had to buy them. And recently we did get some new like shops pop up around Las Vegas, so you can go play board games there and you don't have to buy all of them, which is actually helping me with limiting. This is a big tangent. Let's close off the video here, and let's just say this is a good games in the collection. We're making more room and more space on the shelves to add some more newer games and games that I like. This is all a journey for me, and this is a big journey with board games and finding the best ones for me. And I'm finally ready. I think I've played so many games to make a top 5, top 10 video, so look out for that coming up sometime in the next 2-3 months. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it this far through all of my rambling, I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for even sticking around to talk to me, this random dude from Las Vegas. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.